I really want to get the cows out of the barn today. There's a few hurdles that stand in the way to do that though. The first thing I'm going to do is actually feed them a bunch of hay, which on one hand doesn't seem, that doesn't seem like it makes sense. There's so much grass out there, but you actually can. Cows can die from going out and eating too much green spring grass all at once. So I actually want to fill them up on hay before they go out, just to limit how much they can immediately chow down on. Basically, they're going to eat all this hay in the next 2 hours while I get the fences and stuff ready, and then we'll put them out. They'll be pretty much full at that time though, and have to go easy on grass on this first time out. We'll throw these youngsters some hay. One of the first things I've got to do is get a bunch of rat traps out of the way of curious cows and goats. There's 6 rat traps in this room. The next thing I need to do is try to mend this one fence wire. The 4th from the top there, I actually cut it with a high-powered rifle. Oops. So I'm gonna see if I have enough slack to just mend it with a strainer. I'll show you. All right, I gotta find my ends here. This is an awkward spot to be working. I think I can do it. We'll see. I don't have enough tools on me. Okay, I'm back with one more tool in this mix. Let's see if I can pull this off. I don't think this is even what these are designed for, but maybe they are, who knows. Let's see, what I'm gonna do is bend my cut ends sharply around this. Oh, broke that strainer. Gallagher strainer, broken. It looks like cheap cast. New strainer, this is from Premier One. I don't know who actually makes it. I guess they make it. It looks a lot stronger. Doesn't have that rough like pot metal look. Nope, there's no way. I'm gonna leave that just like that because it's not dragging on the ground. All right, I moved back down the fence about 30 or 40 feet, and this is where I've got all these other strainers in my fence, and what I'm just gonna do is tighten them up a little. I can do a half turn and hook it on here like this. A quarter turn, and then we'll move this. I'm gonna tighten up this one here. All right, and that is much tighter. Only this one is lacking. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, because I have to stop for a minute, is actually let out the cow in the bowl on the whole pasture just until I come back this evening and set up my dividing fences, and hopefully can let the steer, the heifer, and the goats out. They just have to be separate because the bull can't breed that heifer because she's way too young. This is a big event. They've been in there for months. It's benefited my pastures greatly. It's meant I have recovered pastures, not just disastrously overgrazed, stunted grass. I know you goats. I'll try to have you out this afternoon. I'll try to have you guys out. They're just so impatient. And every little bit of grass I give them, they're like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Everything green. Even though they've got plenty of hay, they're just so eager for it. I know. All right, let's see if I can get this door open. There's so much bedding against it. I got some screws in here. Three screws. Would you look at that? Look at that. Grass. Grass, grass, grass. Alice looks horrible. She's between winter and summer coats. She'll look really good in about, my guess is about 3 or 4 weeks. when her summer coat comes completely in, but she just looks like Gollum, as someone said. I know. You'll be next. I'll get you out of that little stall, though. Alright, I'm gonna let them out of that little stall. They may try to bust out. They may try to bust out of here, but at least they can run around in here. They're the ones who are gonna run when they get out in the pasture. Mission accomplished so far. Look at this bull. He's going crazy. Look at him. Oh, he's like, finally some nice dirt to roll in and some new stuff to scratch on. He's just tearing this fence post up. Oh, he's a wild man. Look at that bull. He's been on bedding all this time. He's not had dirt to, you know, rub his horns on, and he loves that. Look at him. Wow. Scratching his neck. I guess imagine after several months of not being able to itch that scratch just right, and here you are. Alright, some tools, and we'll just leave them to this. Hopefully they don't eat too much grass. Look at them. You got this whole pasture for a few minutes at least. Watch him. There he goes. He's gone. He's just running. Oh. Even Alice is going to have a little rough house. He's just going crazy. He's having so much fun. This gate was wide open. Let's not do that. Close that up. Let's throw this up here. Alrighty. In the meantime, Bree has acquired a pretty nasty cold. She feels really bad. And she's in bed. So we are making her some chicken soup.
I'm hungry.
And you're hungry? Me too. I think everyone will enjoy this. It's not what you think of when you think of spring food, at least I don't. But if you're sick, then chicken soup is always really tasty. It's some really yummy broth. It'll be delicious. Here, let's put this in that pan. I like to cook my carrots with my onions. We had such a big amount of chicken to go in here. I pull out the big pot. And I don't like cooked carrots one bit actually, but I do like the flavor they add to the broth. And
Hey Dad,
the only thing we lack in there is noodles. Joy's gonna kind of watch my soup. She doesn't have to sit there, but she's reading, so she's just gonna sit there. Make sure it doesn't boil over or anything. Let's go. Let's do this. The kids love coming down here, and they love the dirt piles. Hey,
I have 2 dump trucks.
You have 2 dump trucks.
And 1 of these.
And where are you gonna play with them?
Over at Preston's.
Okay, have fun. Back to the cows and pasturing them. The heifer and the steer are still inside, and they've not stopped mooing. I think they kind of know what's going on. Mom and Dad, well, so to speak, have been let out, and they have not. Meanwhile, Mom and Dad, so to speak, are happily grazing. Hey bud, how's it going? The danger with putting cows out onto this green spring grass is grass tetany. To my understanding, it's basically a drop in the serum magnesium level, which leads to muscle spaz, basically. That's the technical explanation. You can see where they've been just plowing through this grass here. I'm honestly a little worried about how this is gonna go, because between these guys' motivation to get to Mom, which is high, I would say is high, and the bull's potential motivation to get to that heifer when she goes into heat. I'm worried about fence crossing, running through fences, because they so want to be near their mom. Now they're weaned, she's dry. Her udder is basically empty. You can see it flopping there. But, big but, that doesn't mean they don't want to be right next to her. And here's what will actually separate them. You know, new homesteaders, they've got a bunch of pasture, they just bought their place last year. They're worried about setting up permanent fencing. And I say, you know, this stuff is incredibly durable and effective. These rolls, they last years. I hate to say this, but even if you abuse them, they last years.
Take me back to the old dirt road where Mama and Papa used to go. Let's sing all them songs from a long time ago and pine for them old days of yore. Well, let me run through the breeze like the leaves on the trees. Let me fly like the leaves when they fall. Well, let my mind go serene like a cool water stream that runs from the mountain so tall. Oh, take me back down the old dirt road.
This charger has been in the sun with no load. It's not been on a fence for weeks and weeks and weeks, so it should provide a really nice shock. Shock, shock, shock. Okay, and cross it. Hey kids, you want to see us let the goats out? Come on. Come on, let's go.
Open the fence.
And you're in. Jump. And you're in. Slide that door open, girl. Watch out for this steer. He's huge. Okay? And he might run through that fence. Wilder's hiding up in the barn. I'm gonna get out of the way of the steer. Are you ready? I know you're ready. I know your cute little beards. You ready?
Yeah. He's hiding
It's all that manure in there. Look, they're stopping. She's stopping right here to eat grass.
Yeah.
Say?
I said I better move out of the way.
You better move out of the way. What did you say before that?
I just ran.
You said the cows can't get me up here. You're right. They can't get you up there.
Yeah.
You're safe there. Just don't fall out. That's where your big brother broke his arm. Falling out of the barn loft. All that mama calling, and you know what? Maybe they weren't calling for mama. Maybe they just wanted spring grass. Look, they're not even looking for their mom. They got out 10 feet out and 25 feet out, and they stopped to eat. Just grass. It's grass time.
Dad, where's a mouse?
The rat?
Yeah.
It got hauled away. Probably
The
by its
cat?
friends. They ate it. Probably the rats ate it. The rat. All right, Grace says let's let the goats out. Let's let the goats out. Why wait? Let's do it. They deserve to come out just as much as the cow. Here, I'll open this door up and we're gonna just see some goats. Oh, I gotta go around, I guess. It's locked from the other side. What were you saying? You said you went up to feel if there were baby birds in there?
I was just like this and it sucked on me.
She stuck her finger in a baby bird's mouth. You can see 1, 2, there's at least 5, at least 4.
Accidents, but yeah.
So cute. Every year they nest there. Here they come, here they come.
What will the babies think is the question?
It's these baby goats' first time out of the barn. They've never been out of the barn. They've lived in there their whole life. It's just been, what, 6 weeks now? What do you think, goats? What do you think? So exciting. The mama goats actually left their babies in the barn. They're like, we're out of here. And the babies are still in there, and they don't know what to do.
Wow.
They're big.
And strong.
And not too tame. Here comes little girl. Into the wide, oh, she's going back in. She's running back in. I'll tell you what, these goats are gonna eat until they're ready to pop. Bring her to her mama so she'll be.
She's like, what the?
It's a green, green world, girl. All right, they finally started paying attention to each other. A little sweet heifer ran up to her mom, and there's the bull. That fence is charged, it's pretty hot, so I think this is gonna work to separate them. Here he comes, say hey to mama. But he's a troublemaker, and I wouldn't put it past him to try to jump that fence, or run straight through it, even worse, and let the heifer through. We'll see. This is thrilling to have these animals out of the barn. I know they are tickled. And animals, I've come to believe, the more we keep them, they get emotional about things. These animals are super, super happy right now. I'm happy with our decisions, keeping them in the barn. It means that they have this beautiful pasture to come out to, a pasture that we're stewarding for years instead of just draining of its soil resources. But it wasn't any fun for them to be in there, to be honest. And it got a little gross at the end in that one stall, as you can see on the steer. But overall, it means they're coming out to an amazing food source that will be, hopefully, self-sustaining for years and years. All right, we're done. Happy day. All right, guys, come on, let's go. Time to go. Come on. Where are the things that grab? Where are the things that grab? Hey, tomatoes, that's cool. Okay, I need those too, thank you. If they're dirty, the trucks have to stay outside. Okay, pasta into the soup. All right, we came straight in the door. I should wash my hands. You wash your hands, throw the pasta in.
I already washed it.
That pasta will take no time to cook. It's rice noodles. Take 5 minutes, and then that soup will be ready to consume. I think it's gonna be really good. What did you do today? What homesteading project did you do?
I don't know.
You started a bunch of comfrey root cuttings, right? Justice started a bunch of comfrey root cuttings. He's gonna try to sell them when they mature. I think he did 20, 18, or 21, I can't remember.
I have a wad of noodles. Did you have any goats in yours?
You're approaching that soup athletically.
A wad of noodles on chicken.
How's your soup?
Good.
How's that broth?
Good.